Yellow Chanhassen High School. I'm Rachel King.
And I'm Kelly, and welcome to our first Storm Central of 2015-2016 school year. We are glad that you have joined us today.
Storm Central is our school's weekly recorded newscast. We will try our best to provide you a mixture of coverage on all things Chanhassen High School, and at the same time, we hope to entertain you a little too. So let's get to it.
This year's homecoming week asked us to go to the places where dreams come true. Disney.
The week was full of dress-up days, a treasure hunt and pet fest, a parade, and the big game.
Not to mention the big dance. Our first video today dives into the evolution of homecoming.
It's that time of year again, homecoming week. Yes, finally the long-anticipated dance is right around the corner. It seems now that more emphasis is being put on the dance and the proposals more than ever. We interviewed some people to get the inside scoop on how homecoming, the dance, and the proposals are different now.
As I remember, and when I was in high school many, many years ago, you just simply went up to the person and asked, and she said yes.
And we were just kind of in a class, and he just said, so yeah, that whole homecoming thing, blah, blah, blah. It wasn't anything that was really big, you know, it wasn't like you guys do today where it's, you know, oh, I'm going to rent a plane and I'm going to write this in the sky.
This year I asked Nikki Shaw. I asked her I got it for real, and I said homecoming would be for real with you.
I asked Jan Urban. Jan Urban was my girlfriend. We were in the car, actually had gone through the drive-through at the Rainbow Room of Macandon Supper Club. And over a Big Mac, I asked her if she wanted to go to homecoming. And of course she did, because we were an item.
Nathan Conyard asked me to homecoming. He asked me to homecoming by having a sign with like a blown up picture in my head and saying, I hope you look this good at homecoming, and that's kind of a bad picture of me.
I asked Haley Collette to homecoming. I made a poster. I said, her Twitter name is Haley Coco, so I wrote, Haley Coco, will you go to Homeco with me? And she said yes.
It's really changed because the first 2 years that I was in high school, it was a huge formal deal. And people wore long dresses, and then the boys wore suits and things like that. But it wasn't like a one-upmanship about how to ask someone. Now I feel like these invitations or proposals, promposals, all that kind of stuff, it's almost like, my God, I've been married twice and I was never asked that way, you know? Whatever. And I think there's a huge pressure on guys. I really do think there's a huge pressure on guys to go, what can I do now? I think what I'll do is spend more money on getting this whole thing put together. I mean, it's bad enough to ask someone, to go on a date and possibly be told no. I just like you as a friend, you know? So, I mean, it's not bad enough you're putting your whole heart out there. It's just like all of a sudden now it's got to be choreographed by, Bob Fosse, and you have to have costumes and dancing girls. I think it'd be horrible to be a boy right now.
Quinn Scallon asked me to homecoming this year. I was at my soccer game and he was announcing, and at halftime he held up a sign out of the announcer box and then said a little poem, and then I said yes.
We always had live bands. I was on student council, and we would always go out, we'd listen to all these different bands, and then we would hire them. And they'd come in for the same things that we're paying for DJs now at dances. So for me, that's the biggest thing, was the live music.
The last time I went to homecoming, I asked the kid, so there, forward.
Homecoming has come a long way.
If you had a great homecoming week, make sure to thank a student council member and Mr. Carlson and Mrs. Flum. They work hard to make sure the week runs smoothly.
The beginning of the school year brings an opportunity to meet tons of new people. We sent our crews from media production and convergence journalism out to learn a little about what some members of Chanhassen High School community have been up to.
Our first interview brings us down to the basement and into the realm of Miss Edie Hepler, art teacher to the stars. Let's find out what Miss Hepler had to say.
My name is Edie Hepler, or Mrs. Hepler. I am an art teacher. I teach ceramics and jewelry and global arts classes. I guess I'm just excited to get to know the students. It's my favorite part of the job, so getting to know the kids that I have in class is pretty neat. I think that the auditorium or the theater is my favorite place in the school just because it's such a creative, neat looking space, and I know a lot of great productions happen there, and it's always exciting to go in. Highlight of my summer was going with my family to Maine. My husband's family has a cabin out in the Appalachian Mountains, and so we got to take my son there for the first time, and he's 2. Just being true to yourself is some of the best advice that I've ever gotten, and I think that was from my high school art teacher, just kind of encouraging me to do what I wanted to do to be happy.
Awesome. I'm surprised she chose the theater of all places in Chanhassen High School. It is a beautiful space, but you would think she would have chosen the basement where the art rooms are located.
Yeah, we leave you today with a glimpse in the busy world of senior Katarina Christensen. Between being involved in almost every club that Chanhassen has to offer and meeting President Obama, it is amazing to me that that girl has time to sleep.
Thanks for watching today, and we'll see you next week.
All right, well, my name is Katarina Christensen. I'm a senior this year at Chanhassen High School. I am a captain on the cross-country team. I'm going to be running track this year for the first year. I might do Nordic skiing. I'm an FCA leader. I'm on student council. That's about it here at Chan. Highlight of my summer. I got accepted in the Naval Academy summer program this summer, so I went down there for a week and did military training. I also got to meet President Barack Obama this summer for ALA Girls Nation, so that was really cool. He's definitely a very nice guy. The best advice I think I've ever been given was by one of my cross-country coaches. I think it was Woodrow who said this, and she said that during a race, if you feel like crap, just keep smiling, which is kind of a dumb thing to say, but I do it now, and I will even do it when I'm doing something that I don't like, for example, writing down vocabulary for, whatever class. Just smile for a quick second. It seems weird, but it does help. I'm excited for the pink out football game. That is always my favorite one. I think it's the best. My favorite place in the building would be the library. I like sitting down, kind of quietly doing my homework and waving to everyone that walks by. You're really in a fishbowl in the library.